I am sorry for being late to the watch party, everyone. Thank you for being here. As we get things started. Let's see. I want to make sure. Oh, I don't. That the stream was correct. I gotta turn that down. Well, it's a good thing that ESPN's late to the watch party too, because they don't start at 6:30. I guess they start the broadcast at 6:30, so it makes sense. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Let's see if we can get more people. I mean, the matches haven't started, right? And there's no Penn State wrestler yet. Let's see, how are they? Yeah, Mendes going first against Vega. I don't like that. I think they should. I think they should have finished with Mendes and Vega, and Jax Forrest and the other guy, Ben Davino. Ben Davino should have gone. Those should have been the two guys. Thank you everyone for being here, being present, being on time. Everyone else got the memo. I didn't. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I have the stream. Okay. Yep, there he is. Jesse Mendes. What song is Sergio Vega going to come out with? Is that Bad Bunny? No, I don't know why I thought that was Bad Bunny. I can't hear. I don't know. I can't even tell what song it is. I just thought it's what the kids listen to these days. When you said about ESPN pushing Jax, you were onto something. Remember, they gave the broadcast rights to this. See, I know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that it is absolutely a broadcast propaganda war type of thing. It is absolutely that. And what I've always hated, this goes to college football as well. ESPN has no shame in propping up the SEC and the Big 12 and everything else. And Fox, CBS, and NBC are like basically neutral about the Big 10. It's like, well, that's not appropriate. And ESPN basically cheerleads all of their media rights partners. And the Fox, CBS, NBC teams have no problem dunking on everybody that's not Ohio State, basically. They have no problem. They'll push Ohio State left and right, but everybody else said Penn State. They'll dog on anybody. Penn State, Michigan. They do not care. They will not prop up anybody else in the Big Ten. So still nothing so far. Vega's tough to score on. Do not be shocked if Vega pulls off the upset here, and this is like a Spencer Lee type of situation. He can scramble. He is tough to score on. I can't think of anyone that Mendes has really faced like this, because it's not just Vega. Vega's just not a tall wrestler. Like, there's a difference between being tall and using your height to your advantage versus somebody that can actually scramble and has good moves. Ooh, Vega's dropping to the knee. Ooh, can't do that. If Ferrari's not allowed to do it, you're not allowed to do it. Yeah, the ESPN and the Big 12 have a rights agreement together, so it benefits ESPN to push Oklahoma State and David Taylor and Jax Forrest and everybody as much as possible. I was going at it from the anti-Penn State lens, but it's deeper than that. It's simply because, well, If Jack's Forest and Oklahoma State wrestling are cool, then people will tune into our stuff. That's the whole point behind it. So Mendes, no points with him and Vega, just a lot of hand fighting. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday night. This is it. This is what we've all been waiting for all season. We worked to this point. It's crazy that it's over this quickly. I remember talking about Penn State, Oklahoma, doing a recap of that one, and now we're here. Now we're here. That this goes by so quickly. I kid you not. Sometimes football can feel like a lifetime. Wrestling, it's like that. It really is. Vega's gonna take bottom. Oh, see, that's the way that Vega's arms can bend. Like that's just a natural. See, that's the thing. That's a dangerous position, I guess, in most cases. But chin whip. Nope. Crossface chin whip. Nope. Vega's to his base. That's a good. Yeah, he's gonna stand up. Yep. And I'd call that neutral. Yeah. All right. That's a 1 point escape. Yep. Yep. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's David Taylor. Hope he's Hope he's having a good night. Vega's up 1-0, but Mendes got a good amount of riding time there. Not quite a minute though, so it'll work. Impartial Michigan fan here. Hey, welcome. Duke did not get the decision, but deep down, everyone knows he won. Even the OSU team and fans. Yeah, they're basically just ignoring it. My counterpart Cody is basically just saying, "What do you mean takedown?" They're just ignoring it. Just never happened. All right, that's it. Cool. Sudden, we're definitely getting sudden victory here. I get bombarded with emails. Jeez. Oh, that's good on Mendes. Good revert. See, Vega's just so wily. See, how did Vega flip out of that? How did Vega just flip out of that? Just did he really have 30 seconds of riding time there? Jeez. He almost got turned. There's that reaction time because I thought Vega's shoulder blades, at least I mean, he was exposed. Yeah, Vega's just a funky wrestler. If he doesn't win here tonight, he's a tough out any year. And I don't know, does he stay at 41? Does he bulk up to 49? I don't know what Forrest does. I know there's talk that he's not going to be able to stay at 33 forever. So eventually he'll go. They'll naturally go up. Eventually, Forrest will be at 41. Vega will be at 49. Oh, got the ankle. Good whizzer. And then Vega's just so long that he can just counter. He can just reach around and counter. He's got a high C. Yeah, Vega just keeps circling. He doesn't. You're not getting to that other leg. That works. Works very good. Very good. Mhm. This is fitting for Mendes to go out in the state of Ohio. Here we go. I this might be the Spencer Lee moment. This was never I never thought this was going to be an easy matchup. Sergio's just he's just tough. He's just tough. He plays to his strengths really well. Oh, good shot. Good shot and but he's just so long that it's like that's a yeah. If he gets that ankle, yeah, well, Mendes is deep on the leg, so oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a Spencer. Here we go. Spencer Lee moment. Here we go. He's gonna how oh man, this is he's going for the cradle. I told you Vega's insane. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, we called that for weeks that could happen. We called that for weeks. There it is. There it is. Wow. There it is. Vega might be a four-timer. You beat Jesse Mendes as a true freshman. I don't. So immediate thoughts here. Well, I feel bad for Jesse Mendes. He looks like he's gonna cry, and I don't blame him. I never blame anyone for showing that kind of emotion. Um, that's not a he's he's weak, he's soft. None of that. No. This is huge for Oklahoma State. This is huge for Oklahoma State and David Taylor. How many people would have picked Mendes to lose this season? Like flat out, just said straight up, "Oh, Jesse Mendes, he was the consensus pick. Nobody was going to beat him." And then go figure, the true freshman from Oklahoma State is the guy that beat him. Yeah, I want to hear what Vega has to say. Look, I didn't. I tried telling you guys that that Oklahoma State is legitimate. It's not really a matter of if; it's a matter of when. And I would like to think that that when probably would be not. I mean, obviously not this season. Definitely not next season. They're probably thinking, I mean, best case scenario for them, it would be an upset because again, Penn State returns 8 out of 10 that third year. So we're in 26, 27 still going to be Penn State. 28 is where Oklahoma State's really going to try to push. But I still don't see it happening. Again, you only lose Mitchell Mesenbrink and Shane Vaness. Everybody else is back for one final go. It's that year where the lineup really turns over, and Josh Barr and Luke, and I'm trying to think of who would be finished at that point. You wouldn't have Masanasuke Ono anymore. Um, so you would have new starters. You would have Landon Seiden come in and be a first year starter. You would have Shepard, Mangano, probably around 49 and 57, his first year starters. And Oklahoma State's going to be filled with veterans. Vega will be a senior, Forrest will be a senior. So it's kind of that year is the one that I'm concerned about. Yeah, that's precisely it. That is a recruiting pitch on live TV. Oklahoma State's the cool kid on the block, and Penn State is the old guard. Whoops. Where are we? The comments are moving fast. But I appreciate the let's see here. I mean, I don't there's only so much room, right? It just adds to Oklahoma State's legitimacy. And I don't know anybody that was saying they were illegitimate, right? It's just that it just adds more to their credibility. That look at what David Taylor and Oklahoma State just did. Sure, Dean Hamity and Wyatt Hendrickson are cool, but they were only there for a year. What about the kids? What about the freshmen? Sergio Vega knocking off Jesse Mendes. Yeah, I need to be more decisive with my predictions because I was giving Mendes basically a 55-45 chance. I really thought Vega was going to upset him. We need to stop talking about the 2028 lineups, but I mean, it's the conversation. It's part of the conversation. Penn State's so far out in front. It's when are they going to be caught? And that's if nobody transfers. I mean, why would anybody transfer? Penn State and Oklahoma State are set pretty much. Like the lineups are locked in. Like, why would Lilladall transfer? Why would Blaze transfer? Why would Duke transfer? Barr, Mirasolas. Um, who else do we got? Kasak. Um, Blaze, anybody that's committed. Like you might see, okay, again, you'll see some Penn State backups that'll probably go into the portal at some point. And the same thing. I mean, you saw an absolute turnover at Oklahoma State. There were a number of guys, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 that were competing as starters and then lost their job to the freshmen. The guy who was at 141 transferred out because of Sergio Vega. And remember, Richie Figueroa went in there and was supposed to be the guy at 133, and then Jax Forrest showed up. I forget who the guy was supposed to be at 141. D Lockett pushed out, I think it was Cam Steed, or Robinhood pushed out Cam Steed. He finished as an All American. He ended up at Missouri, right? Carter Young at 149. Swiderski pushed him out. So, oh yeah, Oklahoma State has money for wrestling, but they also have it's just that they don't care about ROI. They don't care about on return on investment. All right, we got a Penn State final up. Let's go. We got a Penn State final. Ooh, Valencia with the first shot. I don't want to miss any of this. I want to live tweet it. Ooh, that's Valencia's in deep. Let's see. Okay, Vaness elevates. He posts. He's back to his feet. And Vaness gave up the opening takedown. Okay, nothing new. Hmm. Nothing new here. I nothing new here. Absolutely. Hmm. Yeah, that was a great Valencia's smart. Let me see. Yeah, this is nothing. This is not uncharted territory for Van Ness. So good luck. Why can't? Where's? I want to see the wrestler comparison. I want to see who these guys have faced. I want to see if they have any common opponents. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we can find Van Ness here. I'm going to see if they've wrestled any common opponents. No near fall. Okay, that's big. I don't think it changes much, honestly, but and then Valencia. Let's see if I can find Valencia. There they are. Actually, in alphabetical order, their names are both the same. That's right. These guys did wrestle before. Yeah, they did. They wrestled before. How did I miss that, man? Because Penn State and Stanford wrestled at the journeyman duels, and they did wrestle. Van Ness won 10-4. Well, Valencia is a much different wrestler now than when they met in the regular season. All right, Van Ness is out. Valencia has nothing to lose. He's wrestling. He's taking shots. I would say Van Ness is on the defensive right now. I like that Valencia's trying some things. He's going after the ankle just for the heck of it. I don't know why. I don't know why Van Ness didn't go in there. Bloody nose. Here. Oh, Where is Valencia as far as he's a redshirt freshman? Valencia is certainly going to be a guy next year. Nice move. Very nice move. Great job by Vaness to kick away from that. Very good. Mm-hmm. Vaness tried to throw him. Oh, Vaness was hit with a stall. Okay. Vaness tried to throw him with a headlock. That would have been they were at the edge of the circle, so I'm not entirely sure why Van Ness was hit with a stall, but so be it. Come on, see there you go, there you go, there you go. Yeah, use Valencia's aggression against him, and I think he's going to give that up. Yeah, yeah, he's going to give that up. Now, how is that? Okay, Valencia's walking away and backing up. So how is that not a stall? Please tell me what Van Ness is doing that warrants a stall call, and Valencia literally walking backwards out of the circle. We're gonna get blood time, I think. No? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get blood time. Valencia wrestles. Here's a Fargo finalist. That's big. Super 32 finalist. That's big. World U20 World Trials finalist. That's big. Senior World Trials sixth place. That's big. That's big. Come on, Van Ness. Nope. Valencia was one of those breakout picks. It happens at every NCAA tournament. You get one of those. You got to look for the freshmen, sophomore guys that had an up and down season, and then they catch fire, they catch lightning in a bottle, and it works. Oh, congratulations to Iowa finishing top 4. All right, riding time's going to be big for Van Ness. So, all right, never mind. Forget what I said. He gave it up. 4-1 on the escape. Oh my goodness. We got a big throw. I mean, right now I don't feel good about Van Ness. They're probably going to call stalemate there. Yep. Valencia is the one that's being aggressive. Nick Lee's reaction is great. Nick Lee is awesome. Man, Valencia. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Valencia's going for it all. That's got to be. How did he? That's 3. Yeah, there we go. Enough of that. Enough of that, Valencia. Calm down. Calm down, Valencia. 4-4. Humble yourself, young man. He's just going after him. He's firing. He's firing every shot that he can. This is a phenomenal match. This is sit out. Nope, not quite. All right, and that's it. Okay. 5-4. Valencia and more blood time. All right, so those two guys get to catch their breath, which is honestly, I that benefits Valencia more than it does Shane Van Ness. Hey, fun fact: Hayden Hidley's in the Stanford corner. I've interviewed him before. Penn State people remember Hayden Hidley. He was wrestling against Nulf. Jason Nolf had his number for a while. I like that all three coaches are in the corner too. Kale, Cody, and Nick. And there's Dan Monthly. Dan Monthly is the best trainer in the world for any sport. He is Superman. Oh my. Yeah. Vaness has a bloody nose. 5-4 Valencia. Van Ness will be on bottom to start the third, and then it'll be tied again 5-5. Shot attempt by Van Ness. Good sprawl by Valencia. Good re-attack. There we go. No, Whizzer. Jeez, Valencia just has his A game today. Wow. That should have been a takedown. That is great. That is great defense by Valencia. That is great. That is great defense by. Sure, why not? Why not? I've said put in a shot clock, passivity clock, something. Encourage more scoring. Takedowns are worth 3 points. Go get them. All right, we're tied 5-5. This is Valencia thinks he can win this on his feet. Here we go. No riding time whatsoever. Shot by Vaness. Come on. They reached out for the leg. Here we go. Oh, had a little bit of action. Good shot by Valencia. Sprawl by Van Ness. See, Van Ness isn't that tall, but he's so strong at 149. We'll see here. We'll see. Oh boy. Valencia's getting deep on the leg. Oh boy. He's waterfall Van Ness. Oh boy. This is going to get dicey here. I mean, that's not a guarantee every time when you get into that position, but it's you certainly have leverage if you're smart with okay. You just go to a stalemate. Holy smokes. And the longer this goes, this benefits Shane Van Ness. Remember that. Van Ness has better stamina. The longer this goes. Oh boy. And he got to the leg. Nope. Van Ness got it away. Good stuff. Oh, he got to the leg again. He got to the ankle. Oh, Van Ness. Blood time. You got to take blood time again. That's bad. Van Ness is covered in blood. Oh man. Wow, okay. Yeah, you got to take blood. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's right. Van Ness has a stall. Oh man. This is what we love though, right? This is why we watch the sport. This was not an easy one. Man, Valencia just found something this tournament. He's on in on a shot. Here we go again. And I don't know. Mendes lost. Vaness lost. I did not like that match at all. I mean, it was entertaining. Van Ness, I don't know if Van Ness wins a title in his career now. That was your best opportunity. That should have been. Why can't they wrestle through that? I don't know why they stopped the action. Let them they need to let them wrestle through the position until there's nothing. I mean, it looks like a takedown. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to have sour grapes. They're going to give it to him, aren't they? Yep. There it is. Glad it works against Penn State and for Penn State and against Penn State. Awesome. That's cool. Hey, the ACC is Stanford's in the ACC, so that's also an ESPN for what it's worth. For what it's worth. Just letting everybody know. Valencia wrestled the much better match. I don't I really I Shane Van Ness looked better again. Recency bias or whatever. Just because you look good the day before doesn't mean anything. Just because you looked great in the last match doesn't mean anything. See, because here's my issue with it. After what we had happen last night with PJ Duke, and now you Shane Vaness is probably not transferring. No, he's the star. He's the starter at 149. But man, uh, I mean, did Shane really didn't take a shot in that? He didn't really take a shot in that matchup. So I mean, I'm not going to sit here. See, here's the thing: PJ was more aggressive in that Robinhood match and all that stuff. Van Ness here. I mean, I don't know. I know you don't want to take a bad shot, but Valencia, was he taking bad shots? Kinda. But when he didn't get them, he readjusted. This usually happens. Doesn't this usually happen? When does chalk normally win? Yeah, that is not this is not fun. This is not fun. I mean, nothing to bat your eye at. Just man, Van Ness. I mean, this was your year. This was your year, and the guy that you lost to went on a Cinderella run. I mean, I want to look at this 149 class. This was the weakest class. It was a bunch of freshmen and guys that you were just definitively better than. You beat Lachlan McNeil every time. You put up 30 against Carter Young. You beat Casey Swiderski. I thought that one was the championship. You tech fall Chance Lamer. And yeah, the moment was just I think a little too big for Vaness. Well, he got over the semifinal pressure. Now the championship pressure. I can tell that Shane Van Ness just does deal with intrinsic pressure. I mean, he's admitted it. He definitely was not wrestling like himself. They really they really need to clean up. I don't know. That I just Van Ness has to Van Ness has to win that one. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't get any more. That one was served on a platter there. There goes. So no NCAA record for individual champions. Got to wait till next year. Lilidal, Ono, Marcus Blazer, Nate Desmond, Van Ness again, K-Sack, Mesenbrink, William Hankel, Rocco Welsh, Josh Barr, Cole Mirasola. As of right now, and that could be completely different before we know it. I'm not I wouldn't take anything away from Aiden Valencia. He wrestled the better match from start to finish. We were there late in the first period, and I'm like, I don't feel good about this Vaness match at all. At all. I think Robidoux going to win here. Yeah, Robidoux's got nothing to lose, and Antrell doesn't like it when guys are more aggressive. Yep. Taylor's very good at getting away. Yep. Robidoux's playing with house money. That's the same thing. Let's look at the common theme right now. Robidoux, or we'll start over. Vega was playing with house money. Nothing to lose against Mendes. Valencia, playing with house money. Had nothing to lose against Vaness. Vaness had everything to lose. And then Robidoux against Taylor. Taylor's defending an NCAA title. He's the veteran. Robidoux's the another one. Oklahoma State's got nothing to lose. They're in second. They got nothing to lose. They can go out there and be aggressive. And it's how do you maintain that mentality when you're the favorite? I don't I it's a phenomenon in sports that I'm trying to fully comprehend. Why does the underdog have the leverage? How does Taylor do this? And Robidoux's dealing with blood. I hope he's okay. How does Penn State get to the team points? So Van Ness didn't get a win. So let's see, they're at 64. So they need at least 4 with no bonus points because that gets you to 178. 4 champs. If they go 4-2 here, I I don't know who's again. I am not going to. I I would love to sit back and say, yeah, Levi Haynes is a shoe in. He's got everything to protect. What does Chris Mento have to lose? But notice that who's the more aggressive wrestler? The guy that has nothing to lose. Who's taking all the risk? Who's taking the more aggressive shots? Now, I'm not saying you just be aggressive for aggressive sake, but you're willing to try more 50-50 type of moves. Yeah. Yeah, you want to be more aggressive. Taylor's not Taylor likes it when you wrestle a slow pace. He does not want to be. Taylor keeps backing up. Classic Antrell Taylor. I mean, I don't want to see Oklahoma State succeed too much, but I'm kind of root. I don't like the way that Taylor wrestles. It's the same thing with Ferrari. I don't like the way that Ferrari wrestles. Did you get a stall? Yep, there it is. Stall call. There it is. I don't know. They got to get together and make some rule changes with dropping to a knee and stuff like that. especially because the dropping to the knee doesn't it's not to set up anything. It's basically to be in a defensive position and to give yourself a breather. Like Antrell's not going to the knee. He's not dropping to the knee to set himself up for an offensive shot. He's doing it so that he can basically so he can stall. I mean, I don't know about all that. I mean, Iowa basically doesn't do anything for 10 minutes. Yeah, everybody wants Penn State. Here we go. Robinhood might pin him. Robinhood might pin. Oh, he's gonna. I hope he gets back points there. And there's that. There's that dang brick. Okay. Maybe one swipe. Honestly, I don't know about three. I don't know about three. Maybe one swipe. I don't know about three. Yeah, they are. I don't know about rule changes, but how about rule consistency? How about rule consistency? I love that nobody can pronounce Robidoux' name. It's different. It's Robidoux, Robidoux, Robidoux. I'd give him one, maybe two. I don't know about three or four. Okay. Yeah. Broadcast is saying two. 2 point near fall. Okay. So there. Yeah. I thought three was too many. Oh my. Oh, David Taylor has brought Oklahoma State wrestling back. Can we get the nosebleeds under control? This is Robidoux only title for what it's worth. He ain't winning another title. Come on, Antrell. Let's see some offense, man. We said that a couple days ago. You never know with the refs. You never know. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good for the sport. It's good for the sport. Penn State was getting too good, so it's going to take millions of dollars and taking Penn State protege away. They had to take something from Penn State in order to beat Penn State. And the funny thing is, so here's what I've heard. Again, I guess it's you take my word for it. So David Taylor was not Oklahoma State's first choice. Apparently he was their third, and he kept telling them no, and they just kept upping the offer. They said they kept counter offering. So this wasn't David Taylor was ready to jump right into coaching and was ready to go to Oklahoma State. Like they had to roll out the red carpet, and he wasn't even their first pick. They asked 2 or 3 other people before him. I think he was number 3. They basically made it so that he couldn't say no. I mean, I don't like Nebraska, and I'm not a big fan. I really do not like the way that Antrell Taylor wrestles. It is literally he would fit in perfectly with Iowa. He should transfer to Iowa. Like I like Chris Mento. I like the way that Chris Mento wrestles. Chris Mento wants to score. He takes shots. Like he is not afraid. Taylor's like I'm just there because I have to be. Oh, finally he took a shot, and look at that. He backed out of it. Taylor will not commit to a shot, but he has to. He has to because he has no choice. You're down 3-1, buddy. He's playing your own game. Nice shot by Rob. Oh, he's behind him. Wow. He's behind him. I knew that Taylor was not going to win this one. Good counter by Taylor. He went after the ankle. He's going to try to. People are trying to say 3. I don't see it yet. Nope. Yeah, just go out. They gave a stall to Taylor. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. But I see what they're trying to do here. Let's get a graphic in here. I'll just make it a little more professional. I don't know. I mean you're avoiding you're not running from the action. Can we just get consistency? Like they have rules and then they have 50-50. They have 50-50 Did they challenge? Did Nebraska challenge it? What is he doing? I guess because I guess because he's inching out of bounds. I don't agree. I don't agree with the stall call. If I'm being honest, I don't. There is a lot of interpretation on neutral kind of rules. There is too much interpretation because are you avoiding action or are you trying to get away from a shot? Right? I don't know. Yeah. If we're going back to PJ Duke versus Vaness, it's just too much interpretation. You need one set of rules. Okay. Antrell, you better get going. Okay. Now Robidoux, I mean, you don't want to stall, you don't want to get a stall call if you're Robidoux because then you lose. I'm kind of rooting for Antrell just to make this interesting. See what happens when you can get to your offense. I feel like these guys don't think they can score sometimes. I mean, I'd say the same thing about Marcus Blaze. It's like you can score. I don't know why you're not trying. Antrell got to Robidoux's leg, no problem. What are you worried about? I mean, now Robidoux's backing up and dropping to a leg, so you got to throw a stalling there. Madden wants it. Now, this is more, if we could do this for 3 periods straight, this would be awesome. This is the kind of wrestling that you need to encourage. Be more aggressive with stalls, passivity clock. I don't know. There's okay, stall warning, but what does it matter? Robidoux's up with 10 seconds. And that's another Oklahoma State title. All right. So they are 2-0 and Penn State's 0-1. Did Antrell Taylor just throw his ankle things at Robidoux? Oh my goodness, man. You're can't say that David Taylor doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's got blank checks. It's the only title that he's winning. It's the only title. That's the only title he's winning. Good luck against K-Sac next year. If you bump, I don't see Robidoux looks like he's going to stay around 157. I don't think he's going to go up to 65 or 74. So we're going to see where Penn State's going to, because PJ Duke is that's a one-way ticket to 74. So if PJ Duke was in the same class as Robidoux, then that one's not over. That one's not decided. Marcus Blaze just honestly just needs to hit the weight room. I think he's better technically, but Deino was a redshirt freshman, so it's natural that he's stronger than him. And I think Blaze is going to go on an absolute tear in freestyle when they do when they go through U20, U23, and all that stuff. I think Blaze is going to be on an absolute tear. And I know that's, how much stuff, how much does that matter to most Penn State fans? I'm not sure. It matters to me. I like seeing those guys succeed, whether it's in a Penn State singlet or not. So I think Blaze will be on an absolute just run of a lifetime soon enough. I'm not worried about Mesenbrink. I guess I just say I'm not worried about Mesenbrink and Barr or Lilladall because I think Lilladall is much better than McGowan. Haynes and Welsh are kind of the ones like I can see a loss. Um, I don't know. I don't know I don't know the exact numbers. I know Penn State's spending the most, but it's not like it's and that's in okay. What are we calculating that number on? Is that because we don't have NIL private donations. You can look at the statistics on what the university is spending, and yeah, the university is spending money. Penn State University spending, I think, maybe 500,000 more, if that, than Iowa and Oklahoma State. But what about the private donations? Okay, like that's facilities and travel, merchandise, like backpacks and stuff. That's that stuff. Employees, staff, and everything. Let's not do that. It's cool. It's cool to root for Oklahoma State. That's what it is. Yeah. David Taylor basically has everything he wants. He gets a blank check. Yeah, NIL is not disclosed. I would love to know where that information is from. That's great to know. 7.5 million. I can only imagine what Oklahoma State's spending. Okay. Well, and it shows. I mean, right? Penn State's still better. Okay, Mitchell Messenbrink time. This is beneficial. Remember, this is beneficial for ESPN. Oklahoma State and Stanford winning. That's ACC and Big 12. ESPN has the rights to those conferences. They can promote the heck out of the both of these teams. So if you hear ESPN say, and that's the thing. If this was say Fox had the rights to the NCAA wrestling championships, you wouldn't hear it would be all middle of the road. You wouldn't hear a thing that benefits Penn State or Nebraska or anything like that. But ESPN has no shame. If you're either with them or against them, you're on their team or you're not. All right, Mitchell Messenbrink, finally. Well, like I said, I think those matchups, because Messenbrink wasn't extremely dominant this stretch. Like he beat who he was supposed to, but I think there was the right, the Bryce Hepner matchup. I think just kind of woke Mesenbrink up that it's not always going to be smooth sailing. Oh, 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 oh. I don't like that. Yeah, both. Ooh, hard jab. Oh, both. Is he gonna pin him? Nope, takedown. Because Caliendo had to flip out of that position. Jeez. Here we go, and he's just gonna go right at him again. 6-2. This is it, Caliendo. So you got to try something. Did he get? Oh, yeah. He got cut above the eye. Oh man. Messenbrink needed stitches. There he goes. Right. He just goes. See, I Messenbrink. He you would think like he reads and he trains and he studies a ton and stuff. Like he lives life to the fullest. But literally his method is just see front leg, go get front leg. That's how he wrestles. That's all he does. And he said that. He says, I'm just looking for the front leg and I'm going to attack it. He doesn't there are so many layers and elements to wrestling, but it's the simple stuff. Like he keeps it simple stupid. And look how good he is. I hope he tech falls Caliendo. I mean, this is and Messenbrink's got it. Oh, that's a his eyelid is swelled up. Man, here we go again. He just goes front leg. There he goes. He just goes after that front leg and he's just relentless. You can't beat stamina. Take down again. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. He might tech fall. Caliendo's going to go out with being tech fault in his final match. Momentum is a thing, right? He's a nuisance to wrestle. You would know, Jordan. You wrestled him 2 years ago at Olympic trials. He's calling him an aggressive pest. See, here's okay. So they're debating the Hodge Trophy right now. Again, what is it? Caliendo's getting desperate. He just tried to choke Mitchell Mesenbrink. What the heck was that? This is not MMA, dude. He's doing it again. He's trying the choke headlock. Oh, Mesenbrink. Oh my goodness. You just yeah, you just made Mesenbrink mad. Pin him. We're done with this. Get out of here. What is he doing, man? Caliendo's getting desperate. Mesenbrink, you do just embarrass him at this point. Because you broke the unwritten rules there, man. I understand, trying and being aggressive and leaving it all on the mat, but 17-4. I didn't think it would get to this. But yeah, Caliendo. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's nothing. You just get the takedown and that's it. It's what's the score now? You have riding time, 18-4. Yeah, I gotta love the effort. Jordan Burroughs has no. Oh, he's pin him. Pin him. Ah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Get out of here. Mitchell Mesenbrink has the Hodge Trophy. He just I we're on a live stream, so I got to be careful. Oh man. Sorry, Mikey. Sorry, Mikey. He's just got that big right above his eye, man. Ooh. Amen. I love listening to him. Eventually, not quite. He will be a 3-time champ. Not quite. He should be though. He should be. What's crazy is he should be. Honestly, Mitchell Mesenbrink is yeah, the dude is the dude is a walking encyclopedia about anything. 9-0. Man, Mikey Caliendo is going to be haunted by Mitchell Mesenbrink for the rest of his life. All the Iowa wrestling accounts that I follow are awfully quiet right now. Uh let's see. Mitchell Mesenbrink needs to I got a comment on X. Mitchell Mesenbrink needs to stay after next year and become another assistant coach and teach his offense. And he'll just I mean, he'll stay in the program, right? It's the same thing with Levi Haynes and then those guys are coaches by proxy. They don't I know that Nick Lee is on staff, but here's what's going to happen. Okay, this then we're talking long term now. Kale is creating so many disciples. Eventually, you're going to have guys that start their own training centers. They're going to want to coach their own teams and just try to you don't know what's going to motivate and inspire people. So Kale is building up this army of all these talented wrestlers. And yeah, some guys are going to go MMA. Some guys are going to try to compete internationally. Some are going to want to go coach and try to build up their own dynasty. And what's cool is the sport of wrestling is only going to get better years from now. We're talking 20, 30 years from now when Kale's retired and then David Taylor, I guess, would be at the end of towards the end of his tenure. But you might see Mitchell Mesenbrink somewhere. You'll see Levi Haynes or PJ Duke or Nick Lee or everybody. You are going to see all these Kale proteges go to all these different programs. So, I mean, all those guys are going to want to get into coaching at some point. And then you're just going to have this giant power struggle. And then you're never going to, we may never see a dynasty ever again. In 30, 40 years or so, 20, probably 20. So let's think. So the next decade, I imagine Kale's going to coach. I mean, do I really want to put a clock on him? Because he could coach for 20 more years. That's 2 decades. And I mean, and Spencer Lee is a coach in waiting. The sport's in good hands. As far as I'm excited for the future of college wrestling. I want to see some tweaks with okay, what is a takedown? Because that's there's no consistency. And I feel like they're just doing it for the hype right now. We'll just do whatever creates the most hype. We'll call it this way, we'll call it that way. And it's not an anti-Penn State bias or a Penn State lean. I guess it is in the scheme of things, but it's whatever is going to promote the sport more. Oh, Aiden Valencia upset Shane Vaness. That has more hype. Oh, Sergio Vega beats Jesse Mendes and Landon Robidoux beats Antrell Taylor, two defending NCAA champs. Oklahoma State is back. That has more hype. All right. We're back. We're back into it. Levi Haynes, here we go. Oh, you had ooh, I thought he had him there. That's okay. That's okay. And Levi Haynes is a man on a mission. That's great. Mitchell Mesenbrink's only going to lose one match, and it's going to be in the NCAA championship against David Carr because he didn't know the score. He didn't know he wasn't aware of the riding time point. Okay. They said Chris Mento was at 70, was at 65 last year. Okay. Levi Haynes was at 157 2 years ago and bypassed 65. He went all the way up to 74 and took third place. What's impressive about that? Get him. You have a chance. I gave it up. Mento shot in and Haynes had a headlock. I thought he could have leveraged that. I'm excited for freestyle over the summer months. I am really excited for freestyle. We're getting closer to the Olympics, and the Olympics are in Los Angeles. Like I'm excited to see. Oh, Mento's not really committing to any shots. He's trying, but he's not really doing much. Close. Haynes is being equally aggressive. He's controlling center. Come on, Haynes. I want to see. Haynes is such an easy guy to root for, and he's Mr. Penn State. This is kind of my bold prediction for years from now. I think Levi Haynes is the most in line to be a future Penn State head coach. Well, Nick Lee's on staff, I get that, but Levi Haynes is just seems like he's Mr. Penn State wrestling. Honestly, I could see Haynes doing whatever it takes to be Penn State's head coach once Kale's done. And he'd be what, 45? He'd be 45 years old. Or he'll be on staff in some capacity. Maybe it's Nick Lee's the head coach and the number 2 guy's Levi Haynes. Either way, Levi's not going anywhere. He will do everything to keep building up Penn State, which is awesome. You need guys like that. All right, end of the first period, no score. Jeez. This is so bittersweet, man. I hate this. I hate that. Got to remind myself, don't be sorry that it's over. Be glad that it happened. Don't be sad that it's over. But man, Levi Haynes is just such an easy guy to root for. I'm glad that he's still with the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club and stuff, and he'll be around. But we're not going to get to speak to him at media availability. He could be the Olympic guy in 28. He's got to win here, though. It's 26. He's got to win here. He's going to peel out of this. Yep, he's going to peel out. Yep. All right, 1-0, 15 seconds of riding time for Mento. Come on. Come on, Levi. Takedown wins this. One takedown wins this. Mento's really good. Mento's going to be the guy next year at 174. To start, he's going to be the guy, and then William Hankel's going to be the newcomer that's going to try to disrupt everything. But Mento's got at least got the first try at the top spot. I haven't had any water, and I can't get up because we got Rocco Welsh and Josh Barr, and then we get a break with heavyweight. So I guess that's probably when I'll take my halftime. And then that's it. It'll be Luke Lillidahl, and then we'll go live. We'll go live for the post-tournament show after Jackson Ben Divino. I want to say it as many times as possible. Appreciate everyone being in here. I see the stream's over 100 again. Really appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, can we get Mento with a stall now? He's just using collar ties. Oh, that was his second stall. What did I miss? Oh, there we go. Ah, they're out. What's going on? Remember, Jordan Burroughs is well, thank you. Got my water, and I didn't even have to get up. Yeah, that's a good point. Basketball team doesn't make any shots. How would they win? It works for Iowa sometimes, so that ask them. 169.5. That's right. The total's at 169.5. I'm not thinking about the I just want Levi to get this one across the finish line, man. We might get another 2-1 here where Mento just basically does this to himself. You give up the stall, you give up the penalty point. He tried a funk roll there, and Haynes is just going to let him go. That's fine. And here we go. This comes down to a takedown. But Haynes doesn't have to do anything. See, this is where I would want a passivity clock, because both of these guys need to take a shot. And if you put Haynes on the passivity clock, you make this 2-2. And then it makes the takedown. Haynes is in on a single leg. Mento's sprawl. Oh, Mento's long. He's going after that ankle waterfall. Haynes is in a good spot, but they're at the edge of the circle, so I don't know. Nice. Come on, Haynes. Come on. Okay. He's gonna reset. Okay, I like this. Lift him up again and try again. I like this. Oh. Yeah. If Jordan Burrow says it's that would have been an awesome takedown, especially when, Nebraska's his team and everything else. Like, he's rooting for Chris Mento here. He hates Penn State, and of course he's rooting for Chris Mento because he's a Nebraska wrestler. So, and if he says he's going to give a compliment to Levi Haynes, then that means something. So take it for what it's worth. Good. Come on, Haynes, get back in. Nice. Good sprawl. Nice. Haynes doesn't have to do a re-attack. Mento looked at the clock. There he goes again. Shot sprawl. Oh, he's going. He tried going for a throw. He tried pulling him in, and he tried to throw him. Haynes doesn't get called for passivity here. Mento's trying to throw him. AJ Ferrari wants a stall call. What do you want? What is he supposed to do? There we go. 2-1. 2-1. Levi Haynes, Chris Mento classic. Chris Mento does not like Levi Haynes. And I don't care what AJ Ferrari wants. Quit with your stalling. What is he supposed to do? Levi Haynes, man. Awesome. Bittersweet. Bittersweet. Yeah. Here's a take. Levi Haynes wins his second title. If you want it, and then he's saying this to Chris Minto. If you want to win a championship, you got to wrestle for more than the last 30 seconds. Yeah. And then yeah, Nebraska people have the gall to say, oh, stalling, this and that. It's the Iowa and Nebraska wrestle Penn State the same way. They wait till the final 30 seconds and then they complain for a stall. Yeah, that one was uneventful. And that's what I mean. You need to implement rules. You need to implement rules that have that just encourage scoring. Because that's why the sport isn't growing at the rate that you want it to. 2-1's no fun. No takedowns, no scrambles, no action. It makes me appreciate freestyle more for what it is. Appreciate all of you. We're almost up to 150 people in the 'All right, we just got to wait for Rocco Welsh. Rocky Welsh time. Levi Haynes is 22 years old. Levi Haynes 2-1. 2-1 over Chris Minto. All right, we need a takedown here. Over or under 1 takedown. We're gonna set the line at half a takedown. Over or under 1 takedown with Rocco Welsh and Max McAnally. So how many points do they have right now? They were at 160. They were at 164. Now they're at 169 and a half, and then Levi gets 4 more. So it's 173 and a half. So if Welsh wins, that's it. Iowa fans do not like my tweets. Well, that's funny because I don't like their comments. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, we are only halfway through. But he's from Pennsylvania. They were saying Rocco Welsh is originally from Ohio, meaning he started his college career in Ohio. But he's a PA guy. He wanted to go to Penn State. They just didn't have a scholarship for him. That's why that happened. All right, let's sweep these weights. Rocco Welsh and Josh Barr, and let's sweep the middle to upper weights. This is Kale's window: 165, 174, 184, 197. This is his. Bo Bassett and Levi Haynes are the same age. No, not quite, but it is funny. Levi's 23. I'll adjust my camera a little bit. It looks a little off balanced. Yep, they're at 170, 173 and a half. Rocco Welsh wins. I mean, it's the points total is broken because it's either Bar's gonna Welsh is gonna do it, Bar's gonna do it, and if neither, I take a miracle if Bar doesn't do it, but it's not getting past Lil at all. So um you're guaranteed. I use the word guarantee lightly here, but 8 points. So basically 181 and a half right now, and then any bonus points between and hopefully Welsh can get a win here. But Bassett's 19 going on 20. He'll be a 20-year-old freshman next year. Yeah. Jack's Forest. Ed. Yep. Bo Bassett will be 20. It's something they do in the sport of wrestling. Um, it is an unwritten encouragement that you should hold your son and now daughter back in school to give them a competitive athletic advantage. It is something that's, I mean, I mean, it's not just wrestling. I'd say it's probably done in football. It's just you basically hold your kid back, and they're a 6-year old preschooler, and then they're 8 years old when they're in first grade, and everybody else is 6, and then you got 2 years. You have 2 years on them. Yeah, it's nothing new. Gotta promote Jack's Forest. All right. Rocco Welsh and Max McAnally. All right, again, over or under 0.5 takedowns in this one. Nice song by Max McAnally. And then Rocco Welsh, that one seed was so important. It's going to be important every year for 184 from here on out, and it could look very different next year. McAnally could be the one seed. I don't know if I hope I tweeted this out, but I know I've said it on podcasts before, just because when it's in writing, it's better, it's documented, and I got to go find it in a video. But I said I don't think Ferrari ever wins a title. I don't think Angelo Ferrari ever wins a title. Not that that's a hot take, but that won't sit right with Iowa fans for obvious reasons. Oh, would you look at that? McAnally's being more aggressive because he knew. Because don't back up, Rocco. You're backing up. Don't back up. But I want to see some offense here. I would love for this to be like 10-8 or something like that, with obviously Rocco winning. Come on. I need to see Rocco take a shot. Rocco hasn't taken a shot in these kinds of matchups. I know you don't want to take a bad shot. I get it. But I'm sure somebody's thought of this, but what if you make the first takedown worth 4 points? You give an extra point to, all right, that was a half-hearted shot, but it was a shot. 4 points for the first takedown. And then that makes the first takedown, and then you got to go get two to get it back. That'd be something. Come on. And there's McAnally getting to the leg. All right. There it is. All right. 3-1. There it is. Yep. McAnally was going to be more aggressive because I don't know why some of these guys doubt their offense. They're also good. Why are they afraid to take a shot? I would like to see Penn State tie the NCAA champion record. Go 5 for 6. Shane Vaness let you down, but all right. So we're over one takedown. Are they going to give him the escape on that? Yeah. All right. 4-1. Huh. Shane Vaness was drug tested after the final. I would think you would drug test the winner, would you not? But that's good to know that Shane Vaness is clean. Come on, Welsh. All right, nothing. This is going to go to the third. Akinelli's got tree trunks for legs. He is. Eventually, he'll move up to 97. He's not going to stay at 84 forever. Eventually, he's moving up. I would love to see McAnally versus Josh Barr in 2 years. All right, 4-2. All right, good. Welsh tried a shot and McAnally backed up. Oh man, come on, Welsh. 4-2, McAnally. Nice. Oh, see, Welsh, you got to go for that one. You're not going to get many chances like that. You got to keep pushing. The second McAnally backed away, Welsh gave up. Why not go after it? You don't get many opportunities at the ankle like that. And then yeah, it's just an empty shot attempt. You actually have leverage. Okay, good shot. Sprawl by McAnally. Four to two, McAnally, 30 seconds. Unless Welsh has something in the. Man, these go by quickly. I can't believe we're already at the end of this one. Kind of what I was expecting. I thought this would go to sudden victory, though. And I thought McAnally would win there. Just go. Just go. All right, so Penn State's not even going to tie. Imagine if you started that a lot earlier. Imagine if you started that before 20 seconds to go because Welsh nearly had McAnally there towards the end. I mean, that was the one that I was least confident in. And that's kind of what I was, for the most part, expecting. So good for Max McAnally. Rocco Welsh is 0-2 in finals for what it is worth. Could be different next year. Could be completely different next year. That's not going to be the same result every single time. Yeah. Micah Parsons and I were thinking the same thing. We said that Mitchell Mesenbrink is going to haunt Mikey Caliendo for the rest of his life. Jeez, man. Levi Haynes coming out to Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. Haven't checked in on the live chat. I know we're moving along here. Yeah. Yeah, Ono and Jax. Jax could very well move up to 41. I don't know. Rutherford. Talked to him a couple of weeks ago. I should have asked him why not. He's still training with them and stuff. I think he does his own. I think he does his own training center. Seems like almost every Iowa wrestler wrestled better last year. They had a strong NCAA tournament. They did all right, but they They are stuck in the old way of folk style wrestling. The 3-point takedown just totally shattered brands. The Iowa style. I think he does. I just again I don't understand why most of these wrestlers are just afraid to take shot attempts. They're just not confident in their offense. I don't get it. Start plugging in some devices. I got this light over here that and we'll turn that down a little bit just to keep it up. This is true. Yep. David Taylor certainly has the. All right, Penn State's 4-2, which was kind of the middle. Josh Barr. All right, and we get a Penn State Oklahoma State final. All right, here we go, Barr. All right, Barr's got the 100% bonus rate on the line here. Cody Merrill is the Kung Fu Panda. That's what they call him. Is he a true freshman or is he a redshirt freshman? Yeah, he slimmed down a lot. He put on good weight. He'll be around. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the final next year, year after, and then eventually Max McAnally moves up. So this is year 2 of Barr. Barr has 2 more years. And then Cody Merrill. Barr's just see Merrill doesn't have the speed. Barr's got the speed that eventually Merrill's gonna and the stamina too. He doesn't. He's just Barr's just more athletic. Barr's just really athletic. Merrill's just not there yet. So this one, I mean, I'd like to see Barr jump out in front. I don't want this too close for comfort, but good. Oh, nope. Almost. Almost. What's fun is this gonna it eventually will be an all Penn State Oklahoma State final card. Eventually that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be all Penn State and Oklahoma State guys, like 80% of them. Yeah, is Cody Merrill a true freshman? Interesting because his brother committed to Iowa State. So Cody's at Oklahoma State and Kobe is committed to Iowa State because they took Drayshawn Ross. They didn't want to take Cody as a heavyweight. He redshirted. Okay, so he's a redshirt freshman. Nope, Bar's too strong for you, buddy. Sorry, take down Bar. He tried to roll Bar over and he couldn't. Bar's hips just It was I'm trying to think of who the guy he went back and forth with last year, not Buchanan. Cardenas. He went up against Jacob Cardenas. Yep. Yep. Merrill is a redshirt freshman. Oh, is he just called the Panda? Okay. Ooh, watch that swipe. Watch that swipe, Cody. No, I'm glad Oklahoma State made a move to try to rejuvenate their wrestling program. Penn State needed somebody. I don't like that they're not in the Big Ten though. They're never gonna because they're never gonna have a dual meet. I hate to be that guy, but they're never gonna have a dual meet. The bear I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but they're never gonna have that Penn State Oklahoma State dual meet. You're just gonna have to wait till so that's the thing. These two teams will never face each other because Penn State's not going to the national duels. And I doubt that they're gonna do a home and home type of they maybe they do, but it just from what I'm hearing, it's unlikely that they get to that point. And I thought it was in the works, and it's not. It's not. This is not a friendly Penn State and Oklahoma State aren't friends. Cale Sanderson and David Taylor are not friends. Come on, Bar. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep that. I really want him to keep that bonus rate. I mean, of course, win the title first, but man, that bonus rate is so 100% bonus rate is so cool. And it stinks that because Mesenbrink was the one. If anybody was going to do it, it was more of Mesenbrink, and he couldn't major Bryce Hepner. Yeah, this is 3-2. This is what I mean. I didn't think it would be this close. It is very much too close for comfort. I am not liking this one because this is why Iowa wrestles the way that it does, because if you have just a fluke roll through, you get a fluke scramble, you win. That's why they play the game of chance, because Bar could get caught. Nice. Nice. All right, here we go. Can you let him up? Can we start? Okay, no, no, no. We're not there. We're not quite there yet. 6-6-3. Okay. All right. So we got 6-2, 6-3 now with the escape. We had a good old reversal, and then Cody tried to lock his hands there, which is against the rules. Do not do that. Can't do that. All right, so if let's see, Bar gets a takedown, 9-3. I don't think he's getting the 100% bonus rate, but I'll take a team points. Oh, we got a stall against Cody. Come on. Be careful on that. I think that was Bar's injured leg. Cody's not giving it up. He kept the ankle. He's just kicking him in the rib. Oh man. That's fine. Red got called for stalling, and the ref said he's taking all the Green's taking all the shots. Yeah, they're afraid because bar on a re-attack. Go ahead, good luck, and get a shot. Cody's gonna get another stall. Maybe not because bar's just taking the win at this point now. I I don't know. I wonder if Bar can get a re-attack and get some bonus points at the end. All right. Oh, there's a stall against Bar. That's not cool. I was confused. They gave a point. All right. Penn State title and team record. There's the record. There's the scoring record. Yep. And there's no 100% bonus rate. It would have been Josh Barr. Yeah, you take the title. You take the title over that. I want to hear what Barr has to say. What does Barr have to say? Ooh, chat. Penn State broke the scoring record 3 years in a row. That is 3 years running. Yeah, of course you got to bring it up. Amen. $177.5. And I like how they raise it by 4.5 each time. So it was 172.5. It's 177. And then Luke will probably get it to 180, 181.5, maybe 182, because I could see him getting a major against McGowan. Oh, there's Trent Hidley. So Trent is a coach with NC State, or maybe he's just helping out the team. I don't know. So this is officially the best team in NCAA history. Does Jax have a shot at the Hodge Trophy? I mean they might try to find a way to give it to him. I guarantee you if he wins, if he beats Ben Davino by major decision or something better, Bar just won. Bar just won. Bar won 6-3. Put it in the chat. Bar won 6-3. You would think so. You would think so. I also thought he didn't have a shot at the number 1 seed, but here we are. And the Hodge Trophy is apparently the most subjective, objective award out there. Mesenbrink should win Hodge. If Mesenbrink does, now that Jesse lost, so there's no you. Mesenbrink was the number 1 guy, but I could have easily seen the voters. Well, Mesenbrink can win it next year, and Mesenbrink's undefeated. He has the same bonus rate as Barr. They both missed 1 match, which is my. Mesenbrink should have had the 100% bonus. Hepner, I think Hepner did that on purpose. We are talking about. So I see we're talking about how his name escapes me right now. I just need to look it up. Penn State wrestling class of 2026. Why don't I remember his name? Elijah Brown. Elijah Brown is going to be a really good wrestler for them, but he's going to. So we're thinking of Elijah Brown. Cole's going to be the guy for the next 3 years. Greg Kirkfleet took 6th in his first year starting. It happens. Yeah, I hope that Josh Barr doesn't take votes away from Mitchell and then somehow the dust settles and they basically split all the Penn State votes and then. All right, so we're thinking 9:30 for the next live stream. Is that what we're with Penn State winning? I haven't seen much of Trumbull wrestle. I mean, I would think Bastida is going to win. Bastida was my preseason, was everybody else's preseason. So if Trumbull, it wouldn't be a Wyatt Hendrickson, Gable Stevenson type of thing, but I mean, it would be kind of close, respective to the season, because Bastida didn't come in with Gable Stevenson. That was everyone knows why that was a big deal, but Bastida is like the guy this year. So if Trumbull does it, it's yeah. So let's start to set up the next live stream. Yeah, I'm thinking 9:30 just with the way that this goes. I mean, basically, I wish they started, I guess because they don't want the finals to go too late, which I understand. You don't want the last final to finish up around 11 o'clock. Because I think I 6:30 I think is just an odd time. Like this event starts at 3:30 on the West Coast. I might want to get a snack here. I've been sitting for the past 2 hours and 20 minutes. Because I don't want to miss Luke's match. Oh, that is not true from the slightest. This is a I know you're kidding, but this is a just for a friend. This is just a shameless plug. We are every day. We do this every day. And I talk about wrestling in the off season. I know you're joking around, but I talk a ton of wrestling. This isn't there's we'll get Jeff Byers back on the show. We have more of a guest list now since we're making more connections. Justin Bash will be back on the show. So this is and we covered freestyle over the summer. Like there's nothing else going on. So yeah, the wrestling, and we'll talk anything in the portal. And that's the thing, even though it's Penn State wrestling, right? I want to talk other wrestling news. So if Oklahoma State makes a move, or if Ohio State and Nebraska try to make a move in the portal or something, we're going to talk about that, even if it's not a direct Penn State, even if it's not directly a Penn State move. But how does it affect Penn State, right? If some big name enters the portal and they end up, I don't know, say Iowa gets somebody out of the portal and he's a title contender around, I don't know, just pick somebody, right? He contends at 157 next season and goes up against KSAC or something. They get a surprise out of the portal and they get somebody really good. Trumbull's in a good spot. All right, I kind of want a snack. So this is the only time. So don't go anywhere. I am taking a 5 minute break and I'll be back for the end of this one or Luke Lilladall. Be right back. I got to put the graphic up so people don't have to stare at a chair. Okay, we're back. What I miss? I guess I missed younger Bastida. Cody Merrill, or why did I say Cody Merrill? Uh, younger Bastida ended up losing. All right, Luke Lillidahl time. People don't realize that Penn State broke the record. People do not realize that Penn State has already broken the record and that, oh, it's up to Luke Lillidahl. Nope, they're at 177 and a half. That's broken. The record's broken. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right, let's start to set up the next stream. I'm probably thinking 9:45 just to give a break in between. I do want to watch. This is going to stop after Forrest and Divino. Like I want to watch that and react to that in real time. Again, appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody joining. So yeah, I'm thinking 9:45 and we'll go for about another hour. I've been glued to this chair for how long have I been in this chair today? Cuz I did a live show earlier today. Did I do two? Did I do two? I did two live shows before. Okay, so we did a consolations. We did 45 minutes for consolations, 45 minutes basically. Let's round up. I'll do 15-minute increments. 45 and 45, so 90 minutes for the two live shows earlier. 2.5 hours here. So 4 hours, and then we're gonna do another hour. It's gonna be five hours being in this chair. And I wouldn't trade it for anything, honestly. I would rather talk about Penn State wrestling for 5 hours than do just about anything else right now. So I'm good with all of it. I'm good. I'm good with all of it. I am good with all of it. So, uh, over under for takedowns for Lillidahl. I mean, I think this is a match where he can win 10-2. So what's the math on that? Three takedowns for Lillidahl, none for McGowan. So set it at 2.5 because I don't think now. Ironically, McGowan and him went down to the wire in high school, but notice how that doesn't matter. Blaze beat Deino all the time in high school, and clearly that doesn't matter. Yes, he will. Yep, McGowan can't stall out. That would be the most embarrassing NCAA final ever. I was just thinking about this. Just getting a snack, and I was thinking, Tyler Casack comes back next year, and the team's going to be better and everything. He's going to have his hands full because I was thinking about Vaness, and I'm like, man, I can't believe this was Vaness's best chance to win a title at 49. Because next year Bo Bassett will be in, and I'm not saying Bo Bassett's your title favorite, but he's another wrench in the plans at 49. Apparently, Mikey Caliendo did not shake hands with Mitchell Mesenbrink when they all got to the podium. Yep, there it is. They're bringing it all up. Same notes that I brought to the table. All the same notes. Yeah, about Caliendo not shaking Mitchell's hand. I'd feel some type of way too if I was 0 for 9 and I got tech fault in my final career match. I guess I I get it. I get it. Oh, what happened? Man, I'm just tired of the stoppages. Luke got jabbed in the eye. That's not about Luke. That's just I just hate that everyone keeps yeah, because McGowan keeps going to the face. He keeps trying to palm it. I'm glad that McGowan's actually wrestling this time. And what's funny is I didn't actually see that match. I was listening to it with Jeff Byers. Like I was listening to Jeff Byers call at the time. And you know what? I probably should have listened to Byers for most of these matches so that I didn't have to listen to the ESPN crew. That's my mistake, but it's never synced up. So I guess McGowan figured something out after he got because he's a much different wrestler now after getting literally disqualified for stalling too much. Yeah, we're thinking 9:45 for the next live show. So we'll get that set up. Come on, Lilidol. Let's get this one across the finish line. Make it we'll take 4 and 2. We're not happy with we're could have been better, but we'll take the team we'll take the team scoring record. Lilidol wants a stall. Because remember, this guy he stalled out, literally. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. He's just backing up. He's doing the exact same thing. He's like an offensive lineman. He's basically he's in pass protection. Yeah, really. Yeah, say it again, ref. Offense. Say it again. And this is what I mean. You have to put rules in place for this stuff because this is how Nebraska and Iowa and select wrestlers here and there try to wrestle Penn State. I didn't really see any of McGowan's matches. I don't know how he did in these other ones, but he seems to stall against Lilidol. I hope they started putting up some I hope they started they did they get any pictures for the nope, they still haven't put any new pictures up for because they need pictures for thumbnails and they got nothing for the NCAA champs. Uh-huh. McGowan's trying to do everything he can to. Okay. All right. McGowan's out for the escape and he backs up again. And he backs up and he drops to a knee again. He backed up again. Well, I'm glad that Princeton was on the. Yeah, Princeton agreed that that shouldn't have happened, that was egregious. This isn't a Luke thing. There we go. Finally, we get a stall call. Anybody that thinks that this is Luke being passive or not aggressive, this is McGowan literally in reverse the whole time. Step back. Step back. Step back. He has not taken one step forward to the center of the mat. He's gonna win this. It's probably gonna end up being 2-1. It's gonna be just like Levi and Chris Mento, where Lillidahl's gonna keep pushing forward. McGowan's gonna back up, and he's gonna get hit with a second stall because he's not taking a shot. He might be trying to take this to rideouts. Dean Peter, you just have to be better at it. You need to hold center better. If your goal is to get this to tiebreaker, and that's your plan, then you need to sell it better. That's the thing. McGowan has not taken a step forward once. Tell him again. He's got a warning. Jax Forrest is the future of Oklahoma State wrestling. Isn't he the present? What is he going to do? He's already here. They're funny. Hmm. There's the stall. There's the stall for Lillidahl. McGowan has not taken a single shot. Lillidahl's holding center. He's pushing forward. This is what's bad for the sport. I hate that this is an NCAA final and everybody's going to point to this one and say, "Oh, McGowan, take one shot, please." Yeah, I don't like this at all. I just wish Luke would take a shot just for the heck of it. All right, finally, we got a shot from McGowan. It was a half-hearted shot, but he's gonna try to throw him here. McGowan's gonna try to throw him. No, he's gonna try to reach for the leg. All right, whatever. All right. Well, I'm glad Luke wins, but just a very, just a very lame final. Oh, the first of three. I don't know who's beating Lilladall next year or the year after. That's what I mean. You need uniformity. You need rules to encourage. Like there is no reason that McGowan, you can't take one shot for the first time in with 30 seconds to go, and he's upset. He's upset. Like I don't. Yep. Yeah, that's not on Luke. That's not on Luke. Yeah, would you look at that? Uh Good, great point. Two matches against McGowan, and Lilladall wins both of them with no takedowns. Lilladall wins 2-1. I don't think people are booing. So yeah, okay. So it's a mix. It was a mix of a few things because the crowd was pretty into it there. Um, there were Luke. People were booing definitely, and it was probably a combination of booing the refs, but also booing McGowan and just I personally I want to boo that match. Like I just was I'm disappointed in that match. I'm very disappointed in that match. They have to do something to open up the game. They have to do something to open those up. I so Penn State has set the record officially at 181 and a half points. I mean the curse has honestly been over for a little bit. Um, Luke took third last year. He won this season. I mean, and Braden won a Big Ten title the year before. I know he didn't place at NCAA's, but I think that counts for something. Luke should have had two more stall points, meaning against him or for him. Should he? I hope we don't think that Luke should have been called for stalling. I mean, 108. Geez, 181 points is it's 181 and a half, but 181 is 181, especially with Oklahoma State having 4 finalists. Nebraska, Ohio State took a step backwards. Thank goodness they won the national duels, though. Yeah, we'll take that. Four. You had 6 finalists. You went 4-2 in the finals, and you break the record again. This team is officially the best in NCAA history. It doesn't. Interestingly enough, though, I would say last year's team feels better, right? They had 3 finalists compared to 6, but 10 out of 10 All Americans. But this team technically is the best team in history. Um, yeah, should have been 200. They'll next year's the year to do it, but wrestling just has a funny way of getting interesting. They are really maxing this out. Luke won. So let me put that in the chat for anybody that missed it here. Luke won 2-1. And we're on 133. We're on 133. I mean, not everybody needs to be like Jax Forrest and Mitchell Mesenbrink, but I would 8 to 5. Nice. Jax is walking out to Funky Town. Nice. I think that's hilarious. All right, this is it. He dyed his hair blonde for this moment. I don't know who I'm rooting for. Chat, who are we rooting for? I'm rooting for a great match, but yeah, I guess because Ben's the Ohio State guy. So this is, I guess, but when they get to the finals like this, I don't really think about Oklahoma State versus Ohio State. I kind of think of like the likability factor. Like I like the way that Deino wrestles. Like Davino's scrappy. He's tough. He is tough. And Jax is just fun. So I love the contrast in styles here. That Davino's a hammer, and then Jax is just, I don't even know what would he be, a saw? What if Jax loses? I mean, we're all kind of expecting Jax is going to win, but what if Davino wins? Wow. Wow. Nope. Davino still hasn't given up a takedown this season. Davino still has not given up a takedown this season. This guy is the real deal. I know he's Ohio State, but man, like I'm just kind of taking off the Penn State, Ohio State, hatred for a second. Like I just want to flip that off for a second. And it's just like, let's just enjoy 2 wrestlers here. Who did Jack? Oh yeah, Jax didn't bonus Seidel. I was like, geez, Jax didn't have the 100% bonus rate coming in here. All right, Davino's back. Davino keeps backing up a little bit, so I have work to do to set up my next show, but we might. Because I want to keep up with you guys in the live chat here. So there we go. Now we got the split screen again. No score. I mean, so far Forrest hasn't done anything. I mean, I want to see Jax versus Marcus Blaze, and Oh my goodness, absolutely. Kale tried to get Jax Forrest, but they went with Blaze, and Jax wasn't gonna. They went David Taylor and Jax Forrest were really close, and no, I don't think that was a money thing. I don't think that was a money thing with Forrest. I think that had to do a lot with David Taylor was working with Forrest for a while and basically was his protege. And when Bo Bassett committed to Iowa at the time, Taylor flew in on the private jet to make sure that Forrest was going to be the guy for his program. Like he said, "Hey, you're going to be the face of the program," and Kale. So it was more of I guess pedigree for a lack of a better word, or just like the, status. Status is a big thing, right? There's really no face of Penn State wrestling. Like it's Penn State wrestling. David Taylor needs a guy. He needed an anchor. Like Jax Forrest is your showman. Everybody's promoting him, right? That no one's promoting Oklahoma State wrestling. It's Jax Forrest with Oklahoma State wrestling, and it's Penn State, Penn State, Penn State. I know that Mitchell Mesenbrink and Barr and everything, right? Those are good. Those are insanely talented wrestlers, but there's no really one promoter of the program, and that's what Jax is. So that was kind of the idea, is that you're going to be the face of Oklahoma State wrestling, and that's how David Taylor has to. I mean, David Taylor has to promise like other initiatives. Kale can't promise that. Jax is getting everything that he could ask for from David Taylor in Oklahoma State, and Jax is kind of just another wrestler at Penn State because that's how it is. 1-0. Who would have thought with Forrest and Deino? Maybe it's a Deino problem. Deino just doesn't like to score. I mean, Deino doesn't give you a lot of good shot opportunities. Like Forrest is looking. Don't get me wrong. He's looking. Hmm. I My vote is first takedown is 4 points. But even still, then you just go to sudden victory. You got to do a passivity. You got to do a passivity clock or something, or just call more stalling. Because even with the 4 point takedown for the first takedown, gets you 4 points. Everyone's still just going to go to sudden victory. Like I don't think that solves anything. Yeah, this matchup didn't go the way that ESPN had hoped it would. We're almost to the end. This is it. We are almost to the end. I was hoping that Penn State would have the next four-timer with PJ Duke, but right now the guys that are in line are Jackson, Ben Davino, and Sergio Vega. Landon Robidoux not winning four. So, wow, wow, Davino's so good. He just gave up the takedown. Forrest is unreal. Forrest. Okay, so Davino is no longer in the four-time title here, and Forrest is just gonna ride him for a minute. I just want to know how he does it. Like, what's his? He's just Forrest just goes after everything. He's just going everywhere. He's switching positions, switching angles. Like he's just going wrist, crossface, wrist, shoulder, underhook, wrist. Like he doesn't pick a position. And I think that's Yeah, Jax Forrest is going to win. Davino's never been in the spot. 4-1. 4-1 Jax with 30 seconds to go. I wish there was more to this. That was it. Davino's exhausted. He didn't even. I mean, Forrest is. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, wait. Ah, nothing. Forrest got away. Forrest got away. Ah, that was. I thought Davino was going to have something there at the end. I really thought he was going to have something there. I mean, Jax Forrest jumped levels. Like it was supposed to be Bo Bassett was the top guy out of the 2026 class. And I was saying months ago, watching stop with the high school thing. That is such a fake that's a fake storyline. The He was in high school a month ago at he was wrestling and beating guys on the world stage. Like this isn't some guy that just came up through the high school ranks. He's going to be 20 years old. Oh man, Ben Davino. Sergio Vega and Jax Forrest. Those are going to be two tough guys to beat. Both of them. I Jax Forrest is one, Sergio Vega is the other. I mean, that's going to be the goal. Both him and Vega are now four-time. They are on at least on track to be four-time champions and possibly undefeated. We'll see. We shall see. No, that was not easy. Oh, ESPN has no shame. Hmm. All right, we got to do a recap. We got to do a full on recap. Yeah, Jax isn't a PA born and raised. I was mistaken there. I thought he was. I thought he was someone that was recruited to McCourt from Pennsylvania, and that's not the case. Um, it was more about Bishop McCourt than it was Pennsylvania. So Bishop McCourt had a grand plan to take over high school wrestling and make it a wrestling academy, and it worked. It worked. Bo Bassett, Jax Forrest, the rest of them. Jax is not your average freshman. He's an insanely talented prospect. Insanely talented. That he can be an Olympic champ. I really want to see him back on the freestyle circuit. I want to see him. Yeah. Yeah, we know that Penn State just broke the NCAA scoring record, but yeah, we know that Penn State just set history and they're still the top team in the nation, but so all right, we got to recap it. We got to recap it. So we're gonna end this stream and I need 15 minutes to get situated. So how about the top of the hour? Can we do that? Top of the hour, we'll do this with a little bit more of a an actual agenda here, and we'll get the live chat going and everything else, and we'll recap the season. Penn State, 181.5 points, 4 titles, 4 champions, 6 finalists, and 9 out of 10 starters are back next season. We got a lot to talk about. So I appreciate all of you being here for this live stream. This was fun. This was a ton of fun. I need to find more excuses. Maybe we do a watch party over the summer for a world one of the US Open or something like that. So I thank you all. Appreciate it. We will be going live again at 10 p.m. Eastern time here. So just under 15 minutes because I got to set up the other show for YouTube. So just be on the lookout. That will be live in under 15 minutes here. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Penn State made history once again. We'll chat about it again right here very soon.